Concrete to grass, city to countryside. The longing for fresh air never felt so strong and urgent as when we first experienced quarantine in March of 2020. The little things we took for granted or even dreaded doing, such as taking a stroll in the park, meeting a friend for a quick coffee break, the mundane things we considered as a given were taken away from us in just a few days. March 16th, 2020, the day French President Macron announced that we had to isolate ourselves for a couple of weeks to prevent the spread of a somewhat still unknown virus. A couple of weeks turned into a month and 23 days, and it was just the first of many lockdowns. The concrete we walked on became forbidden territory. The stone and cement that served as our dwelling became a prison. Talking to the walls was once seen as what a clinically insane person would do, but even the sanest person would start conversing with four walls when isolated. Urban exodus. The year 2020 took the veil of illusion that covered our eyes when we looked at the city. Paris, London, New York, and other global cities witnessed a tremendous shift in demography. What made the city so appealing? The city was a hub for cultural spaces. Movie theaters, museums, expositions, and concerts were abundant. Any day was a good day to learn something new. The city was a place where you met people and had a social life. You were one party away from meeting your significant other. You were one text away from meeting your friend up for coffee at your favorite terrace. The city was a place where you could get anywhere in just a few seconds. The city was a place where you were supposed to find the best jobs. We were never really conscious of how all of these urban anchors that essentially structured our social and professional life were also fragile. Circumstances could take them away from us, and this is exactly what happened. People started seeing the city for what it really was, just a bunch of concrete. A trip to the countryside. The thought of going to work remotely in the countryside has never looked so appealing than now. A bike ride in a remote village, a picnic at the beach, a stroll in the fields. The simple pleasures of life, the ones that you see in cliché, soapy movies, were slowly wheeling their way into reality. The urban exodus caused by the pandemic made people realize that they could work remotely. It made people realize that they could replace their social life with their social media and create an online persona to their liking. Will social media replace our social life? This is a question where the answer seems to be an obvious no. But the more we think about it, the more we rely on our online platforms to interact. Privilege. This is evidently not the case for the vast majority. Most people only have one home in the city and have to live in a tiny apartment. For blue-collar workers, the option to work remotely is not even conceivable. The possibility of working at all is fleeting. Concrete is avoidable for the affluent, but inescapable for those who do not have the financial means to do so. The quest for personal development and introspection is not within everyone's reach. With that being said, the COVID-19 pandemic transformed concrete into a curse and grass into a blessing. Until when will the curse revoke itself?